This is the Business of Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Derek Champagne.
We've got a special guest today, Thomas Rock Lindsay. He's the owner and CEO of Humanly HR, and then the founder and the host of a really cool podcast called SmallBiz Brainiac. Thomas, welcome to the program today.
Hey, Derek. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Can you walk me through a few examples, or it doesn't have to be a case study, but if I'm coming to you for help, and what areas are you watching for? Do you have any specific examples of how you're watching out for that business and watching for all of those areas for them?
Yeah, just something just as simple as making sure that you're paying the right minimum wage. That didn't used to be a big deal because there was the federal minimum wage, and then each state had their own, and it was either equal to or greater than the federal government. Right. But over the last couple of years, in fact, I think just this year, about 22 states and a handful of other jurisdictions at the municipality or city level have new minimum wage laws that are taking effect. There was this big push to get federal minimum wage increased, and that didn't go anywhere. So then the Department of Labor went around, kind of talking to the states and even cities and municipalities, counties even, trying to get them to pass their own version.
Right.
And so now we have this patchwork of minimum wage laws, even down to the city level. And if you're not paying attention to that, you can get out of compliance real quick. So that's one. I mean, we're obviously, we've got our ear to the ground. We know what's going on. We know what's pending and coming up. And so we're able to make sure that, you're in compliance. And, going back to that FLSA, the Fair Labor Standards Act, and the DOL change relative to salary exempt employees, I'm amazed at how many employers were not aware that was a huge change taking effect on December 1st.
Right. And
it was estimated that it would impact about 4 million employees throughout the country.
That's incredible. Yeah, and you know what? We as much as we try to keep up with politics and try to keep up with things that affect us, like you said again earlier, we're busy making our product and taking care of our customers. It's hard to even keep up with those things. So I definitely see the value in having somebody that's watching out for you for that. That's why we have our accountants to do things. That's why we have our attorneys for things. So tell me a little bit about government regulations. What are some of the costly types of challenges that small businesses are facing while trying to keep up with some of the other changing laws? You talk about quickly drowning in a sea of regulation, and where can these small businesses find help?
Well, you go to the PEO, and that's where you find help, in my opinion. But yeah, it's like I said, it's just a impossibility to be in compliance 100%. The problem is that things change so quickly, and it's not just the passage of laws, right? It's not like there's a new law that's being passed. It's that these regulatory authorities are creating new rules and new regulations and even interpreting existing rules in a different way that create change and then new liability for you. And you just don't know what you don't know. And you don't know whether if you have an accountant or an HR person in-house, you still don't know whether those people are staying on top of things as they should. And I'm in most cases, assuming that, especially if you're outsourcing to an accountant, they're going to know their particular area, right? Tax and accounting.
Right.
But they're not going to have eyes on maybe like the OSHA changes in the reporting of workplace injuries. So you really need to find a company that provides the service in all those areas, insurance.
Derek Champagne here. I want to connect with you to get your thoughts on the show, get your feedback on your favorite guests. Connect with me on LinkedIn right now. Send me a quick message. I look forward to talking to you.